Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video from my unmade bed. This morning I woke up and read this comment on my video, The Day I Masturbated for Science, that I published a couple of days ago. Hey Venus, I bought the Satisfyer Pro Plus vibration thanks to you and it's awesome. Wow, smiley face. I guess that means it's been orgasmic as well. That's incredible. Can you maybe make a video about squirting? I'm always curious to know more about it. Wow, that's amazing. Seeing as my mission in life is to raise orgasmic awareness, I'm always really happy when someone follows my advice and it works out for them, especially if that means they're having lots of orgasms. That's so cool. Anyway, about squirting, I must admit that I'm probably not the best person to ask about squirting. But what I will tell you about is a very unique experience that I had. So the title of this video is The Day I Received a Professional G-Spot Massage. Oh my god! And why is this related to squirting? Well, the objective of the G-Spot massage was to provoke squirting. And I've never squirted in my life, so I was very, very, very intrigued. This happened about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, just after the time I did the Day I Masturbated for Science, because I was looking for more orgasmic investigations to take part in and my opportunities were quite limited. So I came across a guy who offers professional G-spot massage, and I was very intrigued, and I also received some recommendations of this guy, and it wasn't a seedy thing. It was someone who was offering this service as a therapy for women who had had sexual trauma or who'd never had orgasms in their life. And he believes that the G-spot is an area that holds a lot of emotion, and it was very interesting because this guy is coming from a more maybe tantra perspective. He really understood the emotional side of orgasm, because usually if you look for an intimate massage online, you're going to be choosing the therapist according to their physique, and this guy was an expert. I'm not saying that the people who work in maybe more tantra massage places don't know what they're doing. They definitely do, but this guy was something else. He was going to be dressed during the session, and it was all focused on the woman and her emotional and sexual experience. So I've never squirted in my life, so I was very, very, very intrigued about this, and I told him I'd never squirted before we met, but he told me that he would give me 5 orgasms in 2 hours. Now, how many men can guarantee that? I mean, it was pretty incredible. I was very, very, very intrigued. Anyway, this session was going to take place on a Saturday morning, and I got a TV crew involved because I was going to make a pilot out of it. And so we had this interview before it all happened, and I guess it was quite an exciting situation as well, the formality. I only just met this guy in person just before he was going to touch me intimately and make me come, and also that formality and not so formal atmosphere was going to really, I think it was quite a turn on really. But at the first I was actually nervous about the TV side of it, because I was playing the part of the presenter. I was asking him questions, so I was a bit more nervous about that than the actual stimulation, and that was going to be off camera, so they were going to interview me before and after. So after this brief interview about G-spot massage and squirting and female orgasm and sexual trauma, etc., I went to get changed and put a white dressing gown on, and the masseur went in to prepare a room which had a futon on the floor. It had candles, and he put incense on and kind of chill out music, and he was praying and just kind of doing ohms, I think. And as soon as I walked back into the room with the dressing gown on, I see this guy kind of praying I was like, wow, every guy who touches me should be doing this before. Like, it was like a ritual before you touch the goddess. It was incredible. And I felt very, very special. I felt very at ease with him, because not many guys can really understand that emotional side of sex that women can often feel. And talking about the emotional side of orgasms in particular, we had this kind of debate almost, because I just love clitoral orgasms, but I have been able to have vaginal orgasms, or orgasms from vaginal stimulation, from penetration. And he was telling me that the G-spot was a kind of an emotional center. So I think and that it was more intense than the clitoral orgasm. And I definitely feel that when I have an orgasm from penetration, it does seem more emotional, and I might feel more vulnerable, and sometimes I can even cry. That would never happen with a vibrator and a clitoral stimulator. It's a very different, they're a very different sensation. So anyway, I lay down, and I think he might have given me a brief massage on my belly or something, just to kind of calm me down. And he asked permission before touching me, and just went boom straight to the area. But the rest of me was covered up, so I was still wearing this this dressing gown, just had the gap open, you know. And then he went, and he had some coconut oil and went straight for the G-spot, just a little, very brief stimulation on the clitoris. And yeah, he really knew what he was doing. I was like, oh. And so it was very strange, because within a few minutes I was having this really, really, really intense orgasm, but also I was crying and trembling, and my whole face went numb. I was like, ah, it was really, really, really weird. I felt so vulnerable. I don't know how to describe it. But I felt comfortable in this person's presence, and I know that he'd seen all this type of thing before, and I don't really know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of my, I don't know, my Catholic education. I've been taught that, you know, I'm not supposed to enjoy sex. So I don't know. It was a very, very strange experience. And then shortly after the first orgasm, I got this the TV crew in, and they had this post-orgasmic interview, and I was like, oh, the mascara's run everywhere, and I was like, I couldn't even concentrate really. And then they went back. They actually left at that point because they didn't need any more feedback, and we stayed in this place and just carried on. And he gave me I think 7 more orgasms, but there was no tears this time. I was like, ah. I was just like, it was more of a physiological release, and something I'm a bit more used to, I guess. It was crazy. But after a while, my vagina got tired, so I had actually 8 orgasms. And then after that, I said, do you want to go for some lunch? Because I was absolutely shattered. My makeup was a total mess, and I was exhausted, and he was quite tired as well, and not just his hand. So and then he remained very formal with me, apart from the hand and doing all the orgasm stuff. He was a real professional, and incredible. It was an incredible experience. So, but squirting, no, I didn't squirt. I've never squirted, so even though that was almost the objective of the exercise, it didn't happen for me. But if you do want to squirt, if you want to try squirting, then I would definitely recommend experimenting with G-spot stimulation. I've tried lots of G-spot toys, and I've reviewed lots of them, and I can notice the G-spot stimulation. I know where it is, that the area, the type of stimulation, but it's still not something that makes me squirt. And I don't think it's, I'm not sure if it's something that I could control or make happen. It might surprise me one day, but if I'm really curious, I'm really honest, it's not the type of orgasm I'm most curious about. I'm more curious about HFO, hands-free orgasm. So that's using pelvic floor, breathing, and all of that. I think squirting might be something that people might be fascinated because of porn, and a lot of squirting in porn is not really real, because squirting happens during an orgasm, and a lot of the time it's just like, woo! So, yeah. So no, squirting, that's all I know about it, and maybe one day my body will surprise me and I will squirt, and if it does happen, that's great, but if not, then I'm going to be trying different types of orgasms, hands-free orgasm and orgasmic meditation. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you next time.